Okay, this is the first Green Digital Charter training webinar, and the focus of today is going to be on digital strategies. We have recently finalized the first monitoring report of the Green Digital Charter, and it's been clear that some cities are still struggling to have a comprehensive digital strategy for their city, either because there are issues at the national, regional level, or because there are problems in governments at city level, in order to make sure that the strategy is comprehensive and involves very different departments. So this is the reason why we wanted to start today with this topic. We have invited three cities that have very advanced digital strategy recognized throughout Europe for the quality of their development. So I have here just a few minutes on at which point we are with our Green Digital Charter. I'm not sure that everybody who is connected today knows this initiative. So first of all, congratulations to the city. We're now reaching 50 signatories. The city of Utrecht is going to be our 50 signatory city that wants to commit to use ICT solutions for energy efficiency. So we have a signatory event in April 2016 during the Eurocities Environment Forum, and at the same time we are going to present our new text, the Green Digital Charter. Which is going to be has been quite an effort in the last month to make sure that the text, which was developed during 2009, is now being updated to take into consideration the recent technological but also policy development, both national, at local, and at international level of the European Union. I'll continue with some also Green Digital Charter ceremony, which is going to take place in Ghent, also a recent signatory of the initiative, where we're going to invite all the cities that recently signed the Green Digital Charter. And then, because we want to be more aligned with what is happening at the European Union, we are cooperating quite a lot with the European Innovation Partnership on Smart Cities and Communities, which is going to have their General Assembly in Eindhoven during May 2016. And we are currently discussing some kind of, we're going to have either event or another training for our cities and for the cities which are involved in the General Assembly of the Smart Cities. That's what we are looking at for the next few months. But at the same time, we're going to continue with our webinars, which I think is one of the best ways to connect people without spending too much money and much time. We are planning for the 16th of March a webinar on urban platforms. We're going to have the City of London explaining this new initiative, which is also very recently developed, but also what we have in mind for the next month in development. On the 6th of March, we're going to have standards. Standards are also an issue. We have recognized that it's an issue for cities, how to work better with standards. So that's the idea of having to discuss more again what our front-runner cities doing in this. As I already said, we're going to continue with some on-site training. The first one probably is going to be in Rennes, and we're also going to start with work shadowing event, probably a bit later on during the year. But for the first, we will elect from cities their interest to participate, their theme, if there's something that they want particularly to work on, or a particular city they like to be matched with, in case they see that there is that we all know some cities are frontrunner and there is a lot to learn from them. As I said, I already discussed some of the publications we're working on, and the idea here is to better promote what our cities are doing. The first is we have just finalized a collection of case studies. We have around, if I remember correctly, 33 case studies about what cities are doing using ICT solutions for energy efficiency in the area of transport, in the area of buildings, public lighting, but also governance. It's just in the hands of the printer, but I'm going to already disseminate it today on our website. I can upload already the PDF version. At the time, we just finalized the monitoring report. So we had cities that told us what they have been doing recently, both in terms of the commitment, reaching the Green Digital Charter commitment. And next, we're going to work on videos, also note the recent technological development of European cities, and we're going to initiate our Green Digital Charter Award. Well, that's everything from the Green Digital Charter. Just a very quick update of what's coming up next. I'm going to leave the word now to Anna Melchor Perez. I apologize for my pronunciation. She's the Smart City Program Officer from InnDEA Valencia. Afterwards, we're going to hear from Bart Rosseau, who's responsible for data and information management from the city of Ghent. And we're going to hear from Birgit Ginzler with Head of Communication from Vienna, which is the agency currently responsible for smart city development for Vienna. Okay, the word to you.
Thanks, so I work, you hear me, isn't it? Yeah?
We can hear you perfectly.
Okay. So I work for an innovation foundation depending on the City Council of Valencia. Please, slide. We are in charge of the communication of the Smart City Strategy. And we also are in charge of the city strategy for 2020 for the projects. And we try to connect all the entities working for the city with the City Council to make projects. Also, we are in charge of promoting social innovation projects. Entrepreneurs, we have a special community offer of entrepreneurs here in the city. I try to first give you some context, and these are situations in the map. If you didn't know where Valencia was, we have 800,000 inhabitants. We are the third Spanish city with the highest economic activity in Spain. The first Spanish port in container traffic. We are interested in projects related involving ports. And we are always sunny, so we invite you here to organize some events because we are always happy to have you here. Now that you have located Valencia in the map, I start presenting the smart strategy of the city. We have designed a holistic strategy, an integrated strategy involving all areas of the City Council concerning city objectives. So we are now working with more than 3 different municipal services. And the smart city strategy depends directly on the strategy of Valencia, which is aligned with the European Commission objectives for 2020. And we have also aligned our strategy in some official documents like Mapping Smart City of the European Commission. We are also working in the groups of the European Innovation Partnership activities. We are working on a special work on urban platforms with another cities and the industry. And we have also worked the standardizations entity, the one of the national government, and with ISO. We are interested also Next slide, please. We are interested in working with the entities that bring new projects, new service to the citizens, and we have a partnership for innovation. We have all the public entities. It's like a public and private partnership. We have universities, technological centers, business associations, the Chamber of Commerce, etc. And we work together to be aligned with the same objectives, all to obtain results from that specific work on smart cities, which is one of the working groups we have in this local partnership. And next, these are the main strategic lines that we have in our strategy: government and institution, economic dynamism and employment, quality of life. Always the citizen is the center of our strategy, and dedicated to sustainability, mobility, and all the infrastructure system in the city. In these four main areas, you see the rest of the strategic lines that we want to develop and transform into real projects for the strategy. The main project of the strategy is the Smart City Platform. It's a tool, an integrated tool that we are developing now. We make a public tender in 2030, make it possible. Now we are integrating some of the indicators that we defined in the first steps of the strategy. We have with all the municipal service involved, and we wanted to do an analysis of the indicators and the data and the technology that they use in the moment and the one that we wanted to have in the future. So we define special indicators for each services, but also to have indicators for cities, also for the satisfaction of the citizens with the services, and with all the information behind, and with the informatic or technological platform, we can exploit all the data of the city in the system, and we can the responsible of the service and the consumers and the mayor can or have all the information processed and exploited to have better decisions for the city and to have visions on what will happen and when in the city. We base our on FAIR, which is one of the standards that the Commission has meant to use. At the moment, we are the first city that are implementing fiber in a urban platform. Next, fiber has some advantage. It allows the city to be more open to entrepreneurs and companies that want to work and make real projects with the data that we offer to them. Also, we can also have more transparency to the citizens because we can open all this data also directly to the citizens, not only to developers. Yes, please. Okay. We have accomplished that all these indicators that we firstly defined in the first steps of the strategy. Now we have accomplished that we have the certification of the ISO 3120, and we are the second city in the national ambit with more indicators certified with this standard. Now that we need of the implementation of the platform, we have 550 indicators already implemented. All this information, all this data that we had previously of the city and the one that we will have when the platform finished, is to the public in this transparency and open data portal that now has 300 assets available, and the entrepreneurs and companies are already making some valuable case study and apps and projects with this data. With some of the data in real time, into traffic and they mention about bicycle, about pollution and noise, and you can consult the information website. Also in Fireware. So we have all the city data in both in this municipal portal, also European citizens in Fireware. Next, please. One of the main projects was to offer this information to the citizen in an app, and we have invaluable for the citizen. They can find geographic information about all the public transport, trash containers, information about monuments for the tourists. Also, they can inform if they find any trouble on the streets or maybe work to do in on street. And also the main characteristic of this app is that they can also access to the electronic administration, to the electronic office, to download documents, to present also some documents, to make an appointment, etc. They can access to citizen documentation directly into the mobile phone. The text it has some errors, but I can tell you this is also one of the projects that developing about electronic administration. Valencia has accomplished that we don't have paperwork in our city council. The paper the citizen present to the city council is scanned and introduced in this general system of the city council, and we have mostly all the electronic records in system. This project has 1 year now, so we have we analyze all the results and the advantage and the economic advance of this project, and we make an we have saved to the citizens about 170 million euros. So this is a big project. All public workers of the city council had changed the way they work every day with the paperwork. So it was a big step for our city, and it needed about years of to inform to the public workers, to develop all the process, and to analyze all the changes that were necessary to accomplish this big project. Yes, dedicated to the citizens. Now, I'm thinking about new projects involving the citizens, but now we are starting with this project. We have dedicated 7 million euros to the public consultation. Citizens can bring new ideas to implement in their neighborhoods, because the problems they have in a daily they can post to the city council, and now we are analyzing all the ideas that the citizens have bring into this public consultation to make them real with this 7 million euros total for the neighborhoods of the city. And now for the future, and this is my final slide. I'm now interested in introducing smart clauses to the public contract. We have analyzed the public contracts that are starting now in this year in 270, but the following years, because we want to introduce special clauses into new contracts referring to make more with the same amount of money, and optimize all the resources. Really, the main reason is to introduce social innovation and in general to these new contracts. Now that we have the platform, we want that the companies adapt all the systems to the platform, which is an open platform. Prepare for that. But we have made all the effort with the municipal services to define the needs and that they want to obtain from the services. We have which information we want, and this is going to reflect in these smart clauses. Now we are working on that, and also in the concept of public procurement in innovation. We've seen in some European projects related to that, and we need information on cities that have already implemented this public partnership innovation, or some ideas about the smart clauses in other cities. And that's all. You can contact me anytime if you need more information about this.
Thank you very much, Anna. We are going to publish all the presentations on the Green Digital Charter website, and we'll also put online the recording of today. Well, now I will pass the word to Bart Rosseau from the city of Ghent, who's going to present us also the steps that the city had to take in order to implement a digital strategy, and which were the people involved and the characteristics of this strategy.
Yeah. Hello, can everybody hear me all right?
We can.
Okay, great. So thank you for the opportunity to present our approach to so I'm going to talk about a little bit how to integrate digital and IT goals for overall strategy. Next slide, please.
Sorry to interrupt you. Maybe it's better if you take out your video because the quality of the audio is not great.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it should be much better. Thank you very much.
So, as most of the people here will know, that governmental organization is can be quite complex. You see in the slide, we have, of course, the Ghent municipality, which is in itself divided into different parts and services. Then on top of that, in order to match your city, there are different agencies with their own decision structure, like mobility department, the city development agency, for the portrait management museum. All our IT organization, GDC Police, is a company which is owned by the city of Ghent and the city of Antwerp. But also external actors like the university, the different companies, organizations, their idea out of the city. They have their goals about their vision on what the city should be like. Slide, please.
I'll ask you again to please speak a bit slowly, and because the quality is not great.
Okay.
To recon your presentation very. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. I'll try to get some. Is it for the audio?
Yeah, it depends that the audio, the connection is very low, but
yeah, I'm on a public Wi-Fi. Okay, so I'll continue a little bit slower. What we try to do, as you see the slide, we try to combine those different agencies and actors in order to get a human approach to our goal. And that's why we call this that is government owned, it's called group of governments. As you see here. Slide, please. What are the challenges when you want to coordinate within your organization and with other independent actors? Information. As we all know, different parts have different speeds. So we needed something to coordinate all these efforts and to align all these efforts. I also noticed that there's redundancy, which means a lot of work, double data, implements in similar IT solutions and so on and so on. Just if you want to get citizens in whatever you're doing, but sometimes not an hour to explain to the citizens or internal organization what's organized. It's not very good for branding and marketing. So open and agility, how do you make this organization move in a certain direction? Is planning. So challenge. So next slide, please. So what we did, started the first steps. We started in 2006. That's of having plans for each department, and a plan for the youth, and a separate plan for the IT, and a separate plan for public space. Said no, this needs to be one overall strategy, and not just for this organization, for the city departments, but also a group of What we are doing now is make it even more open, so that university or social organizations can also supply to the open strategy of Ghent. In other parts, it's a long-term strategy. So, Jim, and the board of mayors of the city council is elected for 6 years. The strategy understands that. We say, okay, it's a long-term vision, so it takes more than 6 years to execute this. But of course, the elected officials, they want to prove what they've done. So we can scale down the long-term goals into actions, strategic goals, and projects, which are then and when we go down, even we have our coming year, and on that level we plan our finances and resources. Great instrument that you can combine all intentions from different services, different groups. So we have higher authorities in Belgium because we have a lot of governance. Include the goals. They are they have, for instance, you are of governance. We want to do more about the youth unemployment. They break this goal also to the local authority. So we can include these goals of strategy. It also allows to plan resources on bigger segments so that you don't have to fragment your budget in all many actions. Now you can say, okay, priorities. These are the budgets. As before, so we don't separate strategies anymore. Communication purposes and for political validation purposes, we have also the policy papers of the aldermen and the mayors. So as a communication instrument, all describing in their policy paper also part of our strategy. Strategy, I mean, it's not just a piece of paper, it's also a planning tool within BI reports based on its overall strategy, financial planning based on the strategy, or are the strategy. So it's not a management tool or a policy tool, it's also operational support for the different heads of department services. Next slide, please. But we don't have a separate digital strategy or IT strategy. Of course, IT department has an operational plan. We also have in order to achieve our smart city goals, and that's digital everything. So the way we looked at our strategy was a way to do that. Next slide, please. So what comes from this? The power driver, not the technology in itself. And they insert the digital in our overall strategy helps us to see that IT is not powerful in itself. We also see and feel that digital or concept digital is broader than IT. IT is system oriented, and digital for us means more how we use social media, IT, and so on, to include more people than before. And also the holistic approach that we want to achieve, that environment, also the citizens. And this all means that we can take away some of fear of people with some experience of the social sector will agree that a lot of people are afraid of everything digital, and they're sometimes anti-digital. By digital, making digital IT support for broader goals, this can help. So, to conclude this, we are doing our mainstream digital. Of course, we can talk about it, but
Bart, I'm sorry, I really need to interrupt you. We are really unable to I am personally also unable to understand what you're talking anymore. The quality is really too low. We will need to come back to you about everything that you explained. Most of the things you explained, particularly concerning the fact that you have something which is broad, not only related to IT.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really, really sorry, but I don't know if the other are able to understand, but personally I'm not able more to follow you due to low quality. Do you want to say just really a few words concerning data now that some of the last two slides I think you have?
Yeah, well, what I could do here was just some highlights of what we're trying to do. We may switch from open, still very important, broad scope to data for open source processes. Now,
it's really low quality. I'm really sorry.
no, and maybe it's better to stop here because it's not interesting that way.
Yeah, I'm super sorry. I know it's very interesting, but Bart is also the chair of our working group Open Data, so I know what he has to say. It's very interesting, but the quality right now is not great. What I will do, if you have any document to share with our attendants, we will do like this, and I will now just continue with the city of Vienna. We will then be able to come back to you with questions and further things. Thank you very much for joining. I know you are now in a conference, and to make it the effort to join.
Yeah, should work out better, but next time.
Thank you very much, Bart. Okay. I leave now the word to Birgit from the city of Vienna. She's part of the TINA, which maybe she can explain us a bit more about what is TINA and how they cooperate with the city of Vienna.
Well, to this presentation, and thank you for the invitation. I'd like to give you a short insight in our strategy, and I would like to start with explaining a bit what is TINA and what we are doing on this subject. We are a company of the city of Vienna, owned by the city, supporting the city in achieving its goals on being a smart city in all fields of being a smart city. And of course, we are also supporting the process of forming a digital strategy and implementing projects in this field. So today I'm speaking to the digital agenda process and the departments of the city and the CIO of the city of Vienna, of Ulrike Huema, who developed this digital agenda for the city. It's all part of our, I don't know if you see the video recording, this is our Smart City Wien framework strategy. So this is the whole strategy with concrete goals and implementation processes for the city for the development within the next years and decades. And so we have this broad and holistic approach and focus on many special topics. And IT for us is the supporting unit in all these of action. And for us, it's important to share that the most important thing and why we're doing this strategy and our work is the quality of life of our population. And so there is one important trigger that's working within all these sectors concerning housing, energy, mobility, and social inclusion. This is really one focus point of the NIS way of seeing a smart city strategy. Today the topic is the digital strategy, so I would like to give you a short insight in our digital agenda that we developed for the city and the development within the next years. And as process how we develop this strategy is really special, also internationally rewarded yet. I'd like to focus on this and would like to give you a short insight in how we put this process into action, how we were working on this, and how we included the population. And of course, then I'd like to give you a short insight in some really special projects following this strategy. And all this is under the topic of the big Smart City Wien framework strategy. Next slide, please. So our process of developing this digital strategy was focusing on online and offline phases and inclusion of the population. Started in September 2018 with an online consultation process. We invited the population to give us answers and ideas on questions about what the City of Vienna should do, what infrastructure we should provide. They want to use ICT technology in their daily lives, what can do better with the administration, and what they think how ICT will change the way of authorities and administrations work. And I really try to involve them in this process and to make sure that we develop solutions the population really wants and can use. So next click, please. This online consultation was followed by an offline phase where we collected all the ideas and comments. There were about nearly 500 people registered, which is not, on the first side, it's not that big number, but for the first time of doing such a consultation phase in this sector, it was a really big success for us. And the ideas and the comments we received were really of high quality. City administration took these ideas and comments and formed out 5 working groups. Start draw this strategy paper on the specific topics, also including different stakeholders from companies, population, etc. So this was not only drawn up by members of the city administration. So next click, please. The next phase was online again. The third step, thank you. We put this draft of the strategic document online again and open it for discussion. Second online phase, so people that who put in ideas before were able to comment them. And we revised the strategy paper again then. So next click, please. There was the fourth phase that was offline again. So we inserted all these comments in our document and we publicated the digital agenda Vienna in June 2015. So this was our process of developing this digital strategy. So next slide, please. And I'd like to give you now just a short insight in some important projects that follow this strategy. So, as on providing security and transparency in the data handling, open government data, etc., is a big topic for us, where we already do a lot. And after that, we want to a citizens portal, one single point of contact where people can get in contact with the administration. One already developed is the new City of Vienna app. To use QR codes, especially. There are projects on education with the education focus, like Smart Kids, where we go, where representatives of ICT companies, for example, go to schools, teach children, tell them about business and important topics in the development in the ICT industry and sector. Code Studio is also an education project, and digital mobility is one important thing. And one special initiative that is one of the leading projects of the Digital Agenda Wien is the Digital City Wien initiative, that we are also involved in the coordination of. So next slide, please. I would like to give you a bit more information on this, as this is really a special project for us, and it shows the commitment of the city and our thinking that a smart city Wien is only working with cooperation by different stakeholders, the people and the administration. And it's a new way of collaboration in the ICT sector. So here the city administration really opened and started to cooperate with 100 IT companies, from big ones to really small ones. They started this initiative. They said they want to cooperate with the administration and work for the ICT sector of Vienna. So we started this cooperation in 2014 as a really independent initiative and a new way of cooperation between administration and IT companies. The goal was to raise the public awareness for Vienna, and we started to work on projects together in the education field, for example, in the field of bringing women in IT and techniques. There are initiatives like the Smart Kids projects, where we go to schools and be active in these fields. I try to promote the ICT sector in Vienna in general. We form projects like Industry Meets Makers initiative, like a virtual campus where we bring all the things going on there into public. So this is really living and lively cooperation where we work together on special things, really close together with the ICT companies. So just a really short insight. And the photo you see on the screen is the flash mob we organized in 2014, starting event of this initiative, where we formed this I Love IT sign at the important place and biggest space in Vienna, in front of the St. Stephen's Cathedral. And this was the start of this, and since that on, we're working really closely together. This is all an internationally renowned project and cooperation. So, and now I'd like to give you a short insight on where we are standing now in our Digital Agenda Wien process. This online-offline phases go on now. It's not that this is finished and that the city administration is working now kind of alone on the implementation. We follow this process. For example, now in January we opened the debate again on what services the city of Vienna should provide for the population. So there was an online process again at the end of 2015, starting 2016, where people to register again and put their ideas on apps the city of Vienna should provide for them. So slide, please. online open space forum. No, yes, please. With vote. In 2 weeks ago, where the ideas were able to present their app ideas, and together with the crowd, 3 special apps were created. This is kind of one is action service for the city on infrastructure purpose, where you can put in comments what should be fixed or what could be better. Another one is on parking within the city. Another one is on Kretzel. That's the Viennese word for different areas in different small areas within the city. And these ideas that have been developed in this crowd and developed a bit more in detail and discussed in this open space forum are now taken up and been implemented by the city administration. We always focus on this process of implementing people and developing ideas together and supporting ideas coming from the crowd. So just one more slide, please. Let me just finish with our Vienna principles that we put out within our process of developing this digital agenda. These are the 10 points, the 9 points of what we call down and what is important for us. So I don't want to read them out all. It's just about trust and security. Gender is this important topic, innovation, and this. The most important thing is this opening of the city administration, of allowing innovation in the field of cooperation, of being flexible, of learning from the stakeholders. And this is our really citizen-oriented way, how we see a digital development of a city within the whole and big process of being and becoming a smart city. And this is what we support strongly as TINA Vienna also. Thank you much.
Thank you very much, Birgit. That was definitely extremely interesting, particularly concerning the process and the involvement of citizens, which was really incredible. Well, and now, unfortunately, we had to lose. We lost Bart. He joined us from a conference center, so we couldn't check before the quality of his connection. But we have here Birgit and Anna that from InnDEA Valencia that can answer a few questions that you might have concerning two very different examples of development of a digital strategy. I see we have people connected. You're all on mute, but you're very welcome to unmute yourself or to use the chat if you have questions or you want to speak directly with our speaker. Yeah, just maybe a question for Anna that she can explain maybe a bit the actors involved in the development of the digital strategy for Valencia.
In strategy, firstly, we make an analysis of the situation at that moment, the municipal services with than 50 in all the different areas of the city council. So that's the part inside the city council, but we count also with support and projects and ideas and foundation of different entities of the city which are working for implementing projects for the city, like public and private university, technological institute, research departments of all kind of entities, the regional government, the chamber of commerce, etc., etc. All entities, we we make periodical meetings with them in the framework of the innovation partnership, innovation local partnership that we call it, and we discuss in different working groups all the new projects that we want to implement together, and we inform each other of the activities that we are developing individually to make sure that the projects align perfectly with the objectives of the Smart City strategy.
Thank you very much. Do attendants have any questions? You can either use the chat or... Please ahead, Rebecca.
Yes, first, thank you very much for your presentation. It was very interesting. Different approaches. I will have a question to Birgit about the online phases of your project. I was wondering which kind of platform you used, if it was on the website of the city or other platforms, and in which way you could improve the dissemination process, as you said that there were not many people involved as maybe expected.
A platform was used. This was a platform on a website of the city of Vienna that we developed for this purpose. It is Discuto is the technical tool behind it. The topic of dissemination is that it's always difficult to get the people and to bring them to bring in their ideas in this field. But we were really satisfied that we got so many ideas of such a high quality. So our result was that the numbers of registrations and ideas that were brought in really at top quality. And now that this process started and ongoing online phases, the involvement of the population is going ahead. So people hear about this process, about this strategy, and more people get involved and bring in their ideas. But it's kind of, when you do this for the first time, it's also a bit of a starting challenge, let me say it like this.
Thank you very much. Want to follow up, or you're satisfied with your answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. If there are no other questions, I would like to invite you to first of all, again, thank you very much for our speakers to be here, to be present, for presenting to us such a inspiring different process and different future of the digital strategy. I will invite all the attendants to send to me if you have additional questions or suggestions for future webinars that we will host in the Green Digital Charter. And you have, again, you're very welcome to contact us also in case you would like to attend another the training, the online training or the on-site training. The next one probably taking place in Ghent, in France, or get involved in our work shadowing event. Thank you very much to everyone for their participation.
Thank you very much, Anja, for inviting us. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now stop the recording.